Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Basically, tonight we'll be focusing on top-down analysis. We'll be doing some top-down analysis, and we'll continue from there. I'm looking forward to sharing my screen real quick. Uh, So let's get started without wasting our time. So we are good. 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 I actually don't plan on sharing this one. I'm gonna share this other one. A minute, please. Okay. Okay. Let me share this link right here. Let me share the link to my guys real quick so they can as well join immediately. So they can join. Let me share the link real quick. So my people can be informed that we're actually live. So they can be informed that we're actually live already. Okay. Uh, okay. Let me share my screen real quick. Sorry about that delay. Right here. So I'm actually trying to get the guys to actually join in. I'm trying to send the link out right now so they can actually join the class real quick, please. Just a minute. Okay, so the link has just been sent out, and just like I said, the today's class we are basically going to be focusing on. Uh, Let me just start afresh. Good evening, guys. For tonight's class, we'll be focusing on top-down analysis. Top-down analysis, strategy behind top-down analysis, how we actually tend to look at the market, and how we actually get into the market. So that's what we're basically going to be focusing on tonight, and how I tend to look at the market, how I tend to get my entry, and so that's what we're basically going to be looking at now. Tonight's class is going to be packed with a lot of value. So I actually expect that you pay full attention and be ready. Be actually very, very ready to learn. So talking about top-down analysis, when you hear top-down analysis, what's the first thing that actually comes to your mind? Just like it's inscribed, Just like the name inscribed, top-down analysis. Just like the name implies, just like the name implies, top-down analysis. So I'm just trying to like do something. Okay. Just like the name implies, top-down analysis. So this, basically tonight, I was looking forward to starting from this main signal that we had today, the signal that was sent to the Telegram group. This signal was sent to the Telegram channel. For those that are not actually on the Telegram, you might have missed this trade. But I'm basically going to be explaining how we got the old entry, how we got our exits, and everything. The basic, like how we actually took this trade, how we actually took this trade, how we got our entry and exits and everything. Why did we enter our stop loss? Why did we set our stop loss at that level? Why did we enter at that level? What were we looking at? What was our view before entering this trade? So that's one of the main things that we're actually going to be addressing in this call. So I actually want you to pay full attention. If you are active and you can actually, if you can hear me, please just send one, type one in the chat box. If you can hear me, type one in the chat box so I can actually know that you guys are actually following and I will know where to actually continue from. If you can hear me, type one. So I actually want to like start afresh and basically explain everything, the whole concept, top down analysis, talking about top down analysis, talking about talking about okay, okay, one. Well done, Nana. Well done, Lawrence. So I can see one, I can see your one. You can actually hear me, just type one and make sure you like this video as well so that YouTube will actually recommend it. So basically tonight we are going to be focusing on top-down analysis, just like I said. And so far in our classes, we've looked at trend, understanding the trend of the market, how to easily identify the trend of the market, what trend of the market we are in. Top-down analysis forex strategy. So basically, how we look at the market, how I tend to get my entry in the market, what's the basis behind my decision making, why am I looking for a buy, why did I get in for a buy, or why am I looking for a sell, and why did I get in for the sell. That's all we are basically going to be doing tonight. And I promise you, it will be worth your time. So make sure you stick around and just try to understand the whole concept. So in our previous classes, we've spoken about trend, and even the advanced class, we've tried to like explain what uh, we've done an introduction into this strategy before. We've done an introduction into this strategy. But for those that were not really active at that point, I wanted to pay full attention because I'll try to like go over a bit of them again and we'll continue from there. So talking about top-down analysis, let me hide this trade for now. Let me hide this trade for now and start afresh. So at the end of this class, I will now go back to that trade and share my basic idea behind what made me enter a buy at that level and what I was actually looking at. What made me actually enter that buy? What was the psychology behind that trade? Why was I looking for the buy when market was trending to the downside as at the point of my entry? Because I entered right here. I entered right here immediately after this rejection. So talking about top-down analysis, like I said, as the name implies, top down. It means starting from the peak, not necessarily the highest, but starting from the high and coming all the way down, using it as a basis of your decision making, using you a clue of what the market is actually doing, where the big boys are actually resting, and how you can actually make the most of that opportunity and join in the trend as well. So that's all top down analysis is mainly about. Full attention because I'm actually going to be digging deep. I'm actually going to be digging deep into how I got that trade. I just hide the trade right now, but I'm actually going to be digging deep into how I got that trade and what I was actually looking at behind that trade that I entered. Which trade was this? Okay, this was the nails no traded the last time. Okay, so let me just try to like erase all of this. Let me. Okay, I don't think that's necessary now. Let me log this. Let me log this. Let me clear all of these charts. Okay, yeah. So talking about top-down analysis, it simply means going to the higher time frames and looking at what the market has been doing in the past and using it as a basis of your decision making into what you are looking forward to doing and now you're actually looking forward to make the most of the opportunity. Now, when you want to do your top-down analysis, you don't start from one time frame. You basically do what? Go to the higher time frame and look at the structure of the market. Looking at the higher time frame gives you the basic understanding of looking at different time frame, give you the basis of what? It gives you the basic understanding of where the trend is actually heading, and who is in control of the market. The lower time frame, just like you can see on this 15 minutes time frame, just like you can see on this 15 minutes time frame, you'll be seeing like you'll be seeing some bearish move, just like this area right here. You see this bearish move right here? Like you'll be seeing a lot of bearish move, and you with that you'll not be able to easily understand where's the market actually going to, where's the trend of the market actually going to. But swiping between time frames give you the basic understanding, not just going between time frame, but when you have the clue of what you're actually looking forward to, of what you actually want, of when you actually have the better understanding of what you want to see in the market, or have the better understanding of what the market is actually doing, it gives you a better chance. It gives you higher probability in the market, and you're able to do what? To navigate the market effectively. To navigate the market effectively. That's what that's the basic principle about top-down analysis. Now, when you're doing your top-down analysis, how do I approach the market? Let me just start from there. How do I myself? How do I approach the market? Now, I basically approach the market using the top-down analysis strategy. And that top-down analysis simply means what? Starting with the higher time frame, looking at the structures on the higher time frame, and what's actually going on. What's actually going on in the market at the moment. When I have the understanding of what is going on in the market and where the strength is in the market, I'll use it as what? As the basis of my decision making. I'll use it as the basis of my decision making that okay, now I understand that the buyers are more in the market, and I'm actually looking for what? Buy opportunities. Now, talking about the higher time frame, for a day trader like myself, I start with the 4 hours time frame. But for swing traders, they start with monthly time frame, weekly time frame, then they go into the daily time frame, and they settle down at the 4 hours time frame. Some of them actually use the 1 hour time frame as well, but most of them settle down at the 4 hours time frame. Do you understand? But as a day trader, you start your analysis from where? The 4 hours time frame. When you go to the 4 hours time frame, what do you basically look for in the 4 hours time frame? Now let's go to the 4 hours time frame and let's analyze this market together. Let's analyze this market together. Now, on the 4 hours time frame, what is this market actually telling us? You can actually choose to start from the daily time frame as well, depending on your choice. You can choose to start from the daily time frame to just see where the trend. And the main reason we do top-down analysis is what? To understand the trend of the market. Top-down analysis helps you understand where the market is actually heading. What has the market been doing for a very long time now? And where is the strength more in? Is it like the buyers are more in the market or the sellers are more in the market? Where should I be focusing my attention on? Where should I be focusing my attention on? That's the main power of top-down analysis. Now, looking at this daily time frame, how will I approach this market now? I open my chart fresh, I cleaned everything, and just a brand new day. I'm awake and I'm looking forward to getting opportunity in the market. What do? I basically go to the higher time frame. You can probably start from the daily time frame, but the best one to start from, you can use the 4 hours as well. You can start with the 4 hours. The daily time frame, what do you look for? Where is the market heading? The market is strongly bullish. The market is more on the buyer side. The buyers are actually in the market. Now, when you have this basic understanding that the 4 hours time frame is telling you that what? The buyers are more in the market. Why? How do you easily identify that the buyers are more in the market? Just like I taught you in our trend class, the best way to actually understand which trend the market is heading is by the series of the highs and the lows that the market is creating. If market is creating more of swing highs or more of swing lows, you use it as what? The basis of your decision making. You use it as the basis of your decision making. You are able to easily identify that, yeah, the strength is more on the buyer side. The strength is more on the buyer side, or the strength is more or the strength is more on the seller side. Well, now that we have this basic understanding, let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. Just like you can start your analysis from the you can start your analysis from the 4 hours time frame. Now let's go down to the 4 hours time frame and analyze this market from the start. We are going to analyze this market in full, and we are going to be projecting an analysis that we'll be expecting market to give reactions to tomorrow. We'll be analyzing what we are expecting, and we're actually going to be taking that trade together tomorrow. Now we're actually going to be analyzing this market from the beginning to the end, and we're going to be getting a signal from this market that will be anticipating markets to give us entry for tomorrow. Do you understand? So this class is going to be a full class. It's not going to be a class where we'll just come up and just talk and just leave. We are going to be getting a trade signal from this class. From this class right here, we are going to be drawing up our analysis and what we're actually expecting from the market tomorrow. And when tomorrow comes, we're actually going to be taking that trade together. And just like you see that I dropped some banger trade on the Telegram group today, XAUSD and Nasdaq, and both trade went in massive profit. Both trade each take profits, and both trade is gave us nothing less than 120 pips. Both trade gave us nothing less than 120 pips profit. Do you understand? So let's just stick around. We're going to be analyzing this market in full, get a trade signal for tomorrow, and we're actually going to be executing that same trade. And I'm going to show you how we're actually going to get that together now. Now let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. Just like I can see right here, I have my time frames analyzed right here. These are the time frames in trading. These are the basic time frames that I use in trading. Now let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. Just like I told you, a day trader starts from where? The 4 hours time frame. As a day trader, you start your analysis from the 4 hours time frame. You start your analysis from the 4 hours time frame and you start doing what? Looking for the trend, looking for where the trend of the market is actually heading. Now, looking at the 4 hours time frame, you can see that what? The market is strongly what? Bullish. The market is strongly bullish. And how do we know that a market is bullish? How do we know that a market is bullish? Can anybody please just help me with that in the comment section? How do you know that a market is bullish? What are we looking forward to seeing in order to understand that the market? How do we know if the market is bullish or bearish, and what we should actually be looking forward to doing? How do we know that? Can anybody help me with that answer in the comment section? We've had our trend class, and I think you guys should actually be able to help me with that. I told you when a market is bearish, you'll be seeing series of what? Lower lows and lower highs. Now, when the trend is bullish, what are we expected to be seeing? What are you going to be seeing for you to actually understand that what? The trend of this market is bullish. How do we know that this trend is actually bullish now? How do we know? What? Okay, I said this trend is bullish. How did I know that this trend is bullish? Can anybody help me with that answer in the comment section, please? While I'm expecting that, let me just continue my explanation. Help me with why I said this trend is actually bullish. Now, for a newbie, how will you be able to identify that, okay, this market was falling, it was coming down before, now this market is going down? What do you need to see before you actually know that this market is what? Is going down, or this market is going up? Now, for this, I said this market is bullish. Now, how did I know that this market is bullish? What did I see? I need that answer in the comment section while I continue. Okay, I have an answer already. Thank you very much, Soft Life. Let me pin this right now. Thank you very much, Soft Life. Thank you very much, Lawrence. So I think these are the people that you guys actually attended the trend class. Soft Life said what? You need to see what? You need to see a higher high and a higher low. Exactly. You need to see not just a higher high, you need to see what? Series of them. You need to see two or more higher highs and higher lows in the market, and that will give you what? The basic understanding. That will automatically shift your mindset into understanding that what? This market is trending to the top side. The bulls are in the market, and they are trying as much as possible to do what? To push the price higher. They're trying as much as possible to make gold higher than US dollar. And Lawrence also said, it's bullish because you are seeing what? Higher highs and higher lows. Exactly. But you're not just seeing one higher high and higher low. You're seeing series of them. You're seeing at least two or more. Now, on this 4 hours time frame, how do I know that this market is actually bullish right now? Right? We are seeing why? Because we have series of higher highs. Right here, we had a low, we had an high. Let me make this tick. I tend to make my own very, very okay. I've made this tick. I've made this tick right now. I've made this tick right now. Now we had a low right here. We had a high, right? We had a low. But this low right here is higher than this previous low, right? So this low here is a higher low, right? We have another high. Why? This high right here is what? Is higher than this previous high. Automatically, this becomes what? This becomes a higher high. And this becomes what? A lower high. A higher low rather. This becomes a higher low. This becomes what? A higher high. Because this high right here is higher than this previous one. And right here we have another what? We have another what? Higher low right here as well. We have another higher low. We have another higher high right there. We have another higher low. And we are having another higher high right here. And for this bullish market to continue, what do we expect? We expect markets coming back to give us what? Another higher low as well. As long as that new low is not breaking the previous low, the bull trend is still what? Very, very valid, and it will continue. Do you understand now? So this market, we basically understand from the 4 hours time frame right now that this market is what? Is bullish. Is bullish. Now, where is the mental shift coming in? The mental shift is coming in where? When you see that the trend, you don't just use the 4 hours to just make, but you make sure that what? All of them align. You make sure that all of them align. You check the 4 hours time frame, you see bullish structure. You check the 1 hour time frame, you see that the market is strongly bullish. You make your decision from the 15 minutes time frame. Now we are going to be analyzing this just like I said. And now we started from the daily, we are coming down 4 hours time frame, and we've been able to identify that what? The market is still what? Bullish. The market is strongly bullish. And we had a strong resistance level right here. The market broke today. We had a strong resistance level right here. The market broke today, right? We have a strong resistance level right here. If the sellers were still in control, this market came to this level right here, it's supposed to what? Continue selling. But the buyers entered and they did what? They kept pushing the price higher. They kept pushing the price higher. So that's basically giving us what? A mental shift. That's basically giving us a mental shift that what? The trend is still what? Strongly bullish. Very, very bullish. Now, aside understanding the trend of the market on the higher time frame, what else do we do on the higher time frame? I'm going to instill this. I want you to actually understand the whole concept. I want you to understand the whole concept. Now, I've established the first fact that when you're doing your top-down analysis, you start from the higher time frame and it starts coming down to the what? To the lower time frame. And you make sure that what? All the time frame actually do what? They align with each other. They align. You make sure that the time frames do what? That they align with each other. When you go down to your daily time frame, you see what your daily time frame is doing. You go down to your 4 hours time frame, you see that 4 hours time frame is telling you buyers are in the market. You go down to your 1 hour time frame, your 1 hour time frame is telling you that what? Buyers are still strongly in the market. Automatically your mental framework should automatically shift to what? I must look for an opportunity to what? To buy. I'm looking for an opportunity to what? To buy. Now, aside just understanding the trend on the higher time frame, what else do we do on the higher time frame? Your higher time frame. Now, let me type that out right here. Understand the trend. Understand the trend. Mark out your zones. Yes, exactly. After understanding the trend of the market, and you're able to understand that what this market is bullish, what else do you do on the higher time frame? On your higher time frame, you mark out your zones. You basically do what? You mark out your zones. Now, let's try to mark out our significant zones, our significant support and resistance zones on this higher time frame. Let's try to mark them out. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. Now, on this 4 hours time frame, we have some significant levels, right? This zone right here. What happened when market came to this level? This was a resistance level. The market broke. It became a support. So that's a significant zone. This also right here is a significant swing high. This also right here is a significant swing high. This new high right here is a significant swing high. This new one right here is also a significant swing high, right? All of these are what? Significant zones. They are significant zones. And what do? You try to mark them out. Now let's use our now let's try to mark these zones out right now. Let me cancel all of this. Let's try to mark out all of these zones right now. Let's try to mark them out. Let's try to mark out our significant support and resistance levels right now, our swing highs and our swing lows. Let's try to mark them out right now. Now, right here, let's start from this. Right here, we have this significant zone, right? We have this significant zone right here. We have one. Right here, we have another significant zone. This is the recent zones that are actually very, very recent. We have another one right here. Why? This was a previous resistance level. The market came back to retest. You can see right here. This was a previous resistance level. Market fell. Market broke it to the top side. What did market do immediately? It came back to retest that level and started going to the top side and started spiking to the top side. That zone is also what? Very, very significant. Very, very what? Significant. Right? Let's mark out another zone. We have this previous zone right here as well. The market did some significance at that area. So right here, we've been able to mark out three significant zones, right? Just like I said on the 1 hour time. After understanding your trend, you mark out your zones. Now you don't just mark out all your zones on just one time frame. After seeing your significant zone that you can see on the 4 hours time frame, you go down to what? The 1 hour time frame. Now the 4 hours time frame, what did we come here to do? We came here to understand where the trend is heading and who is more in control. And we've been able to understand that what the buyers are more in control. If you are still in this live section, make sure you like this live section so to actually promote it to more people and they will be actually able to join us. So after understanding your trend on the higher time frame, what else do? You mark out your zones. You mark out your what? Your zones, your support and resistance zones, your support and resistance level. You mark them out. You mark out your support and resistance levels. Why? Because each time price comes back to a support or resistance level, market will definitely give reactions. Market is definitely going to react anytime it comes back to those levels. Those levels don't just exist. Market is definitely going to what? Come back to them. When market comes back to them, it's definitely going to react. You'll see some reactions in the market. Now, you don't just mark out your zones with this line that I just used right here. I'm just trying to make our charts simple. I don't want to start bombarding you with all these big charts and all this stuff. I actually want to make everything simple. But the best way to actually mark out your zone is to use your rectangle. Because a zone is not just a line, it's actually a compound stuff, something like this. Because necessarily markets doesn't have to come back to tap exactly that line that you have marked out. It can just tap into that zone and what continue reacting to the top side. So you don't just mark out your zone with just line. Do you understand? I'm just trying to make our charts very, very simple. Now let's go down. We started from the daily time frame. We came down to the 4 hours time frame. We've been able to analyze the market on the 4 hours time frame. Why? Because we actually understand the trend of the market on the 4 hours time frame. Now let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame and understand what the market has for us. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Now, the 1 hour time frame also has to the 4 hours time frame. Now, we've been able to establish that what the market is bullish because it's giving us what series of higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher highs and higher low. And now market has given us a new higher high, which is higher than this previous high. Now, for this buy trend to continue, we're expecting market to do what? Create a new higher low. And at the point of creating that new higher low at a significant resistance level that is becoming a new support, we look for what? Our price confirmation. We look for our confirmation, our entry confirmations, our confluences. We wait for them to align and we do what? We strike. We strike. That's the basic idea. And that was what we're actually looking at. That was what made us get that our entry that we got today as well. Now let's go down to the 1 hour time frame and analyze the market on the 1 hour time frame together. Now going down to the 1 hour time frame. Now we are on the 1 hour time frame. We're on the 1 hour time frame right now. Now we're on the 1 hour time frame. What are we looking for on the 1 hour time frame? If you looking at the 1 hour time frame alone, you've been able to identify that what this market is bullish. Market is trending to the top side. Like is very, very straightforward. Very, very straightforward. We easily understand that what this market is what bullish because it's very, very clear. Right here, see the current market move. Market has just been doing what? It has just been going up. It has been going up. And that's giving us what? A mental framework that what? The bulls are more in the market. The buyers are more in the market. The buyers are taking over. The buyers are being aggressive. Now, if you actually understand up to this part, please drop one and make sure you like this video, like this chart, like this live analysis. Give a thumb up for it. If you understand me up to this point, please drop one so I will actually know that you guys are actually following. Yeah, thank you. I can see somebody just liked the chart again, and I'm seeing two people have liked the chat. Thank you very much. Well done, guys. Okay, you guys are actually very, very active. I can see one. I can see one. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. So let's continue. If you are yet to like, make sure you like this video so it will actually recommend it to more people, and we are able to impact more people. That's the whole essence, guys. Okay, so I can see one. Let's continue. So you can see right here that what market is still strongly bullish. The buyers are in the market. The buyers are in the market. Now, after understanding that the 4 hours time frame is telling me that what the buyers are in the market, the 1 hour time frame is telling me that what the buyers are in the market and they are actually taking over. They are not just in the market, they are the one in control. They are the one taking over. They are the one taking over. Sorry. They are the one taking over. And I'm seeing what series of higher highs and higher lows. Now, basically drawing this up, I've been able to understand that what the market is still what strongly bullish. The market is still what strongly bullish. Now, after understanding that what the market is strongly bullish, my mental framework, my my mindset should automatically shift to what looking for buys in the market. Do you understand me now? I will automatically be looking for what buys in the market. When I've been able to understand that the buyers are more in the market, and the let me just tell you the simple cheat code in trading. The simple cheat code in trading is follow the majority. Follow the majority. Where you see that the strength is, that's where you should actually be focusing attention. That's where you should be. That's where your power should be in. Where you see that the trend, the power, the strength of the market is. Who you see that is more in control. That's where your focus should actually be in. You see that the buyers are more in control. Look for opportunity to buy. You see that the sellers are more in control. Look for opportunities to sell. Actually wait at what significant level. Wait at significant zones to actually what take your entry. That's the whole point, guys. That's the whole point. I just want you to actually understand this concept, and I'm trying my best to. I'm literally shouting right now because I actually want you to actually understand. And if you are feeling me, let me see those fire emoji in the comment section. If you are feeling me, let me see those fire emoji in the comment section. Now, let's continue. So, right now, I have the basic idea that what this market is what strongly bullish. The market is bullish. Now, let me erase this one. This is not recent. I see that what the market is strongly bullish. I see that what the market is strongly bullish. Now, how do I get my entry? I've been able to see on the 1 hour time frame that what the market is bullish. Now, for this one, let me mark this level out with my zone. Now, coming down to the 1 hour time frame, just like I told you, the previous zones that we marked out, we marked them out on the 4 hours time frame. Now, let's try to mark out our significant zones on the 1 hour time frame as well. Now, on the 1 hour time frame, we have this significant level that markets recently broke. We have this significance level right here. This is a resistance level, right? And market broke it. Market came back to retest that level. But there's the possibility that what market is still coming back to that level again. Very, very realistic. The market what? The market will what? The market will still come back to that level. It's very, very, it is very, very, very possible. The market will still come back to that level. And when market comes back to that level, we'll be looking forward to what? To place our entry. But I'm not saying that's where we're actually expecting from. I'm just trying to mark out my zones on the 1 hour time frame, we are going to get an entry together. All of us are going to get an entry together on this trade. And we're actually going to be forecasting what is going to happen tomorrow. And we're actually going to be trading it. Any analysis we draw up here, we are going to be taking the trade tomorrow. We are going to be taking the trade together. So you see, this thing is not just talk, 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 talk. It's actually proper working. I'm giving you the framework. I'm giving you the blueprint to how this thing is actually done. Now, on the 1 hour time frame, let's try to mark out our zones. We have this significant zone right here as well. It's still close to this previous one. Now, we have this zone that markets created in the past. This previous resistance level that markets created in the past. And when market comes back to this level, we're definitely going to be seeing some reactions. So let's mark out this zone as well. Let's mark out this zone as well. Do you understand up to this point? If you understand up to this point, please drop fire emoji. Let me see fire emoji in the comment section. If you understand up to this point, let me see fire emoji in the comment section. Now, on the 1 hour time frame, what did I do? I just tried to mark out my zones, my support and my resistance levels on the 1 hour time frame. I'm just basically trying to mark out what my support and my resistance level, and I'm not just marking them out randomly. I've basically what understand the trend of the market first. That's the number one. That's the number one priority. Understanding the trend of the market. When you understand the trend of the market, you stay above the whole noise. You stay above the noise. You stay above the noise in the market because what you are focused. You know what you're actually expecting, and you're not letting market giving you its own thing. You know what you want. You're not just letting market breastfeed you whatever. You know what you want, and you're actually doing what you are following suit with your analysis. You are following your analysis to the core. You are following your analysis to the core. Now, the 1 hour time frame, we've been able to mark out our zones as well. Now, how do we get our entry? How do we get our entry? Now, for support and resistance level, if you are following for support and resistance level, you don't just mark out support and resist. This that will mark that right here is not the only thing we can use to mark out our support and resistance level, right? We can also use trend line. Trend line also serve as support and resistance levels. In case you don't know, trend line also serve as what? Support and resistance level. And I also use trend line as well. I also use trend line as well as support and resistance level. Now, on the 1 hour time frame, we've been able to mark out these significant levels. What else are we expecting in the market? How do we actually get in? I know that's where you actually that's the point you're actually waiting for. This is the point you're actually waiting for. How do we get in? How do we actually get in? This is what you actually want to hear. You'll be like, how do we actually get in? That's what I want to understand. All this talk, talk, talk doesn't concern me. We're actually getting there. Just stay active. Now, after drawing up your zones and understanding the trend of the market, you go down to what? For your entry, you go down to your 15 minutes time frame. Yes. You get your entry on what? Your 15 minutes time frame. Now, just look right here. See that zone that will mark that on the 1 hour time frame. This zone that will mark that on the 1 hour time frame. Let me bold in this chart. This zone that will mark that on the 1 hour time frame. This one right here. This one right here. On the 15 minutes time frame, it was so clear that what market came back to retest that level. See, can you see that market has already come back to retest that level right here? Market broke what that significant resistance level in the past. Market broke it today. Market broke it today. And immediately market broke it. What did market do? It came back to retest that level and gave what? Continuations. Continuation. Why didn't market just continue selling? Immediately, a lot of sellers will have gotten in here at this point. Immediately they saw this bearish engulfing candle. A lot of sellers will have gotten into the market. And market is definitely going to take them out. Why? Because it's not just by entering at support and resistance level. It's also by understanding the trend of the market, and you are in line with the trend of the market. Do you understand me? You are in line with you are following the trend. You are on the saver side. You are following the trend of the market. Now, what's our expectation on gold? When you want to get your entry, just like I said, you go down to your 15 minutes time frame and you look for your entry on what? Your 15 minutes time frame. Now let's try to get an entry on gold and what we're actually looking forward uh to doing. Now, before getting an entry, let me let me go back to the trade we took today and why I actually took that trade. Why did we take that trade? The buy signal that I sent. The buy signal that I sent. I think I okay, I hit the stuff here. Let me try to open the buy signal that I sent. How do I get this now? I'm trying to open the buy signal that I sent. The buy signal that I sent. I'm trying to open it, and I actually want to share why I entered that buy at that level. Why I entered that buy at that level. Why did I enter the buy? I'm actually going to share everything with you. I don't know where is it. I'm not seeing my hidden. I'm not seeing my hidden chart here. I'm not seeing my hidden chart here. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I'm not seeing my hidden chart here. But I got in for the buy here. Yeah, I got in for the buy here. You can go to the Telegram channel. You'll be able to see the buy that we actually got in. We got in for the buy here, and our target was somewhere around here. Yes, our target was somewhere around here. Now, why did I get in on this buy? And our stop loss was below this level. Why did I get in on this buy? There were about two confluences behind why I got in for the buy that I took today. This was the exact buy that I took today. Now look at this zone right here. You can see that this was a previous resistance level, right? You'll be like, it's a very simple thing. It's just support and resistance break. That's why he entered. Yes, it's just support and resistance break. But there are also a lot of confluences behind it. And that's why you have to understand the trend of the market. Understanding the trend of the market plays a very long role in trading. Now, markets broke this. Market came to that level, came back for a retest here. I got my confirmation and I entered. And I didn't just enter based off this zone alone. I also got a trend line confirmation. I taught you guys the last time about how to use trend line. That you enter your trend line at the third touch. Now this was how I got the entry. I had my trend line drawn up. I got a third touch of the trend line. I got it at a support and resistance level. I got it at a resistance turn support level, and I saw my confirmation and I shoot full chest. I was full chest in the market. I was full chest in the market. I went full chest in. Why? Because I know that my confidence is actually intact. I know everything is intact. So I'm not actually scared of whatever the outcome might be. If it goes in loss, I'm not scared. Why? Because I followed my plan. Now, this was the exact trade that we took today in Telegram channel, and I advise that you actually go to the Telegram channel. I sent the before and after of this trade to the group as well. So you guys actually see that it's not just drawing line over the charts and saying that you took a trade. I showed you the before, I showed you the after, and Nasdaq as well. Nasdaq even spiked crazily in profit. Nasdaq spiked crazily in profit. And I had the signal. I also sent it to the group. Some people took the trade. The people that took the trade made profits from it as well. So why did I get in on this buy? I had a resistance level right here that got broken, became a support. I had my trend line supporting it as well. I had my first touch here, I had my second touch, and the third touch of the trend line. The third touch of the trend line, I got rejections from that level. And what did I do immediately? I started buying. I started buying. And we hit our take profit in no time. 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 I just like I said again, we had a resistance level. I marked out my resistance level right here. I got a break. I got a break. Immediately I was early in the morning, earlier this morning, I sent in my trading idea for the day. I sent it in to my assistant, and it was like, but this buy is like the market has overbought. Like when market was coming, when this move was still here. As at when I sent the trade to him, market was still around here. Market was still around here. But Market didn't come to our level. Our initial level was around this area. I was explaining here. But market didn't come up to that level. And it was like market is already going to the top side. It's like we're not going to get an entry. I was just like, be patient. Immediately market started spiking. I started moving all the way like this. We were just what? Patient. Very, very patient. And waiting for what? Opportunity in the market. Wait for your own opportunity. And before you know it, in no time, market started spiking to the downside, giving us an entry. And immediately I got the third touch of the trend line and a touch of our resistance level, a retest of our resistance level. That our resistance level automatically became a support. Immediately I got a retest of our resistance level. What did I do? I shoot immediately. I shoot immediately. And what? We hit our take profit in no time. In no time. We hit TP in no time. We hit TP in no time. Please, can you still hear me? I don't want a situation where we're actually disconnected. Can you still hear me, please? Let me see yes. If you can hear me, please type yes in the comment section. Because it seems my network is I just want to confirm if you can hear me. If you can hear me, type yes in the comment section, please. Okay, okay, okay. So we're actually together. So we hit our take profit in no time. Why? Because everything what has aligned. I make sure that my my trend is bullish. I was sure that my trend is bullish, that the trend of the market is what? Is bullish. I got a resistance level drawn up. You know, when market is bullish, we start to see what? Series of higher highs and higher lows. I was already seeing series of higher highs. I waited for market to create a new higher low. When market created the higher low, I saw rejections at the resistance level that became a support. I saw rejections at this level right here. And I did what? I saw rejections right here. And I entered. And if you remember some of our previous classes talking about candlestick, our reversal candlesticks, I explained all of these things. If you were actually paying attention, I explained all of these things. Okay, you guys can actually hear me. Thank you very much. Okay, I explained all of these things. I explained every single one of these things. I got my rejections right here. And I entered full chest. Full chest. And at one point, my assistant was like, should he close his profit? I, I said, I was like, why? He said he has hit his daily target. I'm like, close your profits, man. Just close your profits once you have hit your daily target. Once you have hit your daily targets, there's no point in being greedy in the market. Do you understand? And we had two banger trade. We had from Nasdaq and XAUSD, right? So basically, let me just explain this whole concept. Understand the trend of the market by going to your higher time frame. Understand the trend of the market. Mark out your zones on your higher time frames. Mark out your zone and get your entry. Get your entry at 15 minutes, 15 or 5 minutes time frame. You get your entry from your 15-minute or your 5 minute time frame. You get your entry from your 15 minutes or your 5 minutes time frame. So this was how we got this sniper trade. This was how we got this sniper trade. Everything went well. This sniper trade. Let me share my screen as well. Once I share my screen right now, I'll actually show you guys how we got the Nasdaq trade. And after showing you how we got I've explained how we got. Please, if you understand how I got this XAUSD trade, just type what can we type now? Just send fire emoji. If you understand my explanation of this uh XAUSD trade that we got today, send fire emoji in the comment section. I want to see at least three fire emoji. I want to know if you guys actually understand. Okay, okay, active. Nanaya is active. My man is active. Always active. I don't just want Nanaya only replying. If you actually understand how I've explained how I got this my buy trade that I sent the before and after to you guys, and it was live on our Telegram channel. If you understand how I got this buy trade on XAUSD, send the fire emoji right now. Send fire emoji. Okay, okay, Lawrence. Nice. I'm happy you actually understand this. I'm happy to help out. I need somebody else to actually send fire emoji. I want to know if you guys actually understand the concept. And I want to know, I don't just want Lawrence and I don't just want two response. I actually want somebody else to actually send fire emoji. I want to know if you guys are actually following. I want to know if you actually get this concept. I want to know. I want to be sure you actually get the concept. I want to be sure you actually get the concept. Let me just continue. So, do you guys actually want me to share my idea behind how we got the Nasdaq trade? If you want the idea behind the Nasdaq trade, uh, type one or type two rather. Type two. If you want the idea behind how we got the Nasdaq trade, type two in the comment section. We're ending this live section very soon, but I actually want us to gain value. I don't just want us to be here to just talk and end everything. If you want to understand the idea behind how we got the Nasdaq trade, type two. Okay, okay. I can see two right here in the comment section. I can see two right here in the comment section. Okay, I'm seeing another two. The nanas are active. The nanas are active. The nanas are the money makers. Sniper nanas. Let's get active. Okay, let me share my Nasdaq trade right now. I'll share my Nasdaq entry analysis, why I got in, and I'll share my Nasdaq trade idea right now, why I got in at that level, how we made profit, how I analyze this rather, and I'm going to analyze our projection for XAUSD tomorrow, and we're going to be taking that trade together. I'm going to be analyzing, I'm going to be explaining how I took the Nasdaq trade. We're going to be analyzing, after explaining how I took the Nasdaq trade, the idea behind taking the trade, we are going to be analyzing this market, XAUSD. We're going to be analyzing XAUSD together. And after analyzing XAUSD, we are going to get an entry on our analysis tomorrow. We're actually going to be analyzing what we are expecting for gold tomorrow together. We're going to be analyzing it together right here. So let me share my I have to unshare my screen first. So I can, okay, I don't know if this can actually show. Uh okay. Can you see my Nasdaq? I'm not sure you guys can actually see my Nasdaq trade. I'm not sure. You can see my Nasdaq trade. Let me to reshare. I have to reshare my screen. I have to reshare my screen. Nasdaq. Okay. Can you see my Nasdaq trade right now? Can you see my Nasdaq trade? Can you see my Nasdaq trade? If you can see my Nasdaq trade, type yes, 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 yes. If you can see my Nasdaq trade, type yes. I want to be sure if you guys can actually see my Nasdaq trade. So this is the Nasdaq. This is the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq trade gave us crazy profit, and it actually, after aside giving us profit, it came back to our entry again. After coming back to our entry, we had another spike to the entry again. Another spike that came to the entry didn't even take the stop loss. It started spiking up again. That's how you know a good A plus setup. That's how you know a good A plus setup. When you get a good A plus setup, can you guys see my Nasdaq trade? I'm seeing no right here. I'm seeing no. Can you see my Nasdaq trade? Can you see my Nasdaq chart? I actually shared my Nasdaq chart. Can you see my Nasdaq chart? Please, I need a response. I need a response. I want to be sure. Can you see? Because I'm actually seeing my Nasdaq chart right here. Can you see my Nasdaq chart, please? I want to be sure, guys. Can you see my Nasdaq chart? Okay, Nanaya is saying yes. Lawrence is saying no. Can you see my Nasdaq chart? If you can see my Nasdaq chart, let me see your yes in the comment section, please. I want to be sure. I want to be sure. I want to explain the idea. Okay, 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 okay. I'm saying yes now. I'm saying yes now. I'm saying yes now. I'm saying yes. Okay, so I'm actually going to be explaining how I got this trade, this Nasdaq trade. How I got this Nasdaq trade. I'm going to be explaining everything to you. Everything. I'm not gatekeeping anything. I'm basically sharing all my ideas with you guys. Every single one of them. I'm basically sharing all my ideas, every single one of my ideas with you guys. I'm actually sharing all every single one of my ideas with you guys. Every single one of them. Now for the Nasdaq trade, how did I get in? How did I get in? How did I get? Sorry, let me take water real quick. How did I get in for my Nasdaq trade? Just like I said, how did I get in for my Nasdaq trade? I want to share that idea with you, and I want you to actually pay full attention. I want you to pay full attention. Now for Nasdaq, just like we did for gold, let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, what are we seeing right here? On the 4 hours time frame, I actually deleted all my previous trade on Nasdaq. I think that was a long time ago. I don't know. How did I get now on Nasdaq on the 4 hours time frame? What's the market? What do you see that the market is doing currently? What do you see that the market is doing currently? Market is trending to the top side. We have our perfect entry pattern right here. What did we see that market is doing right here? Market is giving a series of highs. This is a retest of a resistance level that became a support, right? And market is giving what? Series of highs, highs, right here, right here. You can see right here. Market is what? Trending to the top side. Market is basically trending to the top side, and that's basically giving you an idea that what? The market is bullish. And just like I can see right here, just like I can see, not even judging from only that. Look at what has been happening right here. Look at what has been happening overall. Look at what has been happening overall. Market has been bullish, strongly bullish, strongly bullish. Market has just been reversing to the downside, and it will what? Continue the bull trend. Continue the bull trend. Let's go down to the 1 hour now. And on the 4 hours, can you see my zones? Can you see my zones that I marked out here on the 4 hours time frame? Let me delete this. Can you see my zones? I marked out this. I marked this out as well. But I didn't want to bombard my charts. That's why I removed those ones. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame now. How did I get my entry on the 1 hour time frame? I marked out my zones as well. And just like you can see right here, we have another significant high that got broken. You can see the spikes. Nasdaq can be very funny at times too. That's why you have to be very, very patient. Very, very patient. It's also a very volatile pair. For those that love to trade volatile pairs like me, I love trading volatile pairs. I trade XAUSD, Nasdaq, PTC, USD. I love trading volatile pairs because I feel it doesn't waste time. ASAP, you know whether you're right or wrong immediately. There's no point sleeping around. You know whether you're wrong immediately, whether or not you're right immediately. Now, as of where I got this entry, market was at this area right here. Market was right here. Market was at this point. Now, market came back to do what? Give a retest at this level. And aside, market came back to give a retest. And what? I was looking forward to long at this level. A basic what? Test, just like we got our gold entry. That's how we got this Nasdaq entry as well. A basic retest of this resistance level right here that became what? This resistance level now becomes what? A support. We saw our trend, we saw our candlestick rejections, and we did what? We got in immediately. And aside just that, we got our first touch right here, got our second touch right here, and what? We had our third touch right here, and what? Spikes, movement to the top side. You can see right here. Now we had two confluence right here. And what was the format that we actually followed? One, we marked out our one, we checked out the trend of the market. Where is the market heading to? And how do I make the most of this opportunity? Where is the market heading to? That's the number one question. After knowing where the market is heading to and who is in control, who is more in power, who is currently on the throne, who won the election? Is it the buyers or the seller? And you're able to identify that what the buyers are the one winning the election. What do? You join the buyers, and just like you can see in every country, when you see that what your when you see that your party is losing, you try to join the winning party, and you try to join the winning party so that you can also be a winner. You can join them to win. That's the whole idea. The buyers are pumping more money into the market than the sellers. They are buying more. They are buying more. Now, I saw this. I saw these two zones right here. And what did I do? I drew my trend line. I drew my trend line. Market came back to touch that level. It's not just touching my zone that I marked out right here. It's also touching my trend line, giving me a third touch of the trend line. And what? I saw candlestick rejections. And what? I entered full check. And I made sure that I got my full TP on this. I made sure that I got my what? My full TP. I made sure that I got my full take profit on Nasdaq. I make profit. Slow and steady. That's how you grow. That's how we're basically growing. Nobody's an island of knowledge, but we're basically doing what? Growing each day. Each day. We have our losing days and we have our winning days. We just make sure that what? We show up each day. We show up every day. We show up every day. We make sure that what? We make sure that we show up every day. Every day. That's the whole idea, guys. We make sure that we show up every day. So, do you guys actually understand the basic idea behind my Nasdaq trade now? And for those that might be one, do you have any question about this Nasdaq trade? Do you understand the idea behind this Nasdaq trade? If you understand the idea behind this Nasdaq trade, send fire emoji. Fire emoji. I want to see your fire emoji. I want to see your fire emoji. If you understand the idea behind this Nasdaq trade now, because I sensed it before and you saw everything, full take profit on each trade. The two trade that we took today, full take profit. Okay, I'm seeing your fire reactions. You guys are actually following. I love that. Thank you very much for actually following in depth. Nana yo, I see you. The new Nasdaq trader. So you guys actually get the whole concept now. This Nasdaq trade, very, very simple. I understood what the trend of the market, who is more in control, the buyers or the sellers. And after understanding the power tussle between them, I mark out my zones, my support and my resistance zone, which zone I'm expecting market to come back to for me to start seeing reactions. And after marking out my zone, I also try to draw my trend line, making it what? Two confluence. I drew my trend line and I drew my trend line as a new support level. And market retested both. And I started seeing what? Candlestick reversal pattern. And as I was seeing candlestick reversal pattern, and what did I do? I entered immediately, full chest, and I got my full take profit on both gold and Nasdaq. Both trade were sent into the Telegram group. So if you are not on the Telegram channel, you're actually missing out. You're seriously missing out. You're seriously missing out. You're seriously missing out. So this is the whole idea behind my Nasdaq trade. Now, what do I want us to do before we end this class? We're ending this class very, very soon. In the next few minutes, we're ending this class. What's the last thing I actually want us to do now? I actually want us to analyze gold. What are we expecting on gold? I don't just want us to stop at you understanding this. I want us to draw up an analysis together and you see how it play out. We'll follow the play out tomorrow, whether it's end in profit or it end in loss. We're actually going to be learning from it. And I think we're also having an high impact news tomorrow. So there's possibility of seeing opposite rejections in the market, but we're not scared as long as you're able to what control as long as we're able to what control our risk. That's the whole thing. That's the whole idea behind the trader. As long as you're able to what control your risk. So let me unshare this now and share my drawing up our analysis. We're going to be drawing up our analysis live. We're going to be drawing up our analysis. Can you see my XAUSD chart now? Let me see your yes. If you can see my XAUSD chart and you are yet to like this section, make sure you type that like button. If you can see my XAUSD chart, please let me see your yes. Let me see your yes, please. Okay. So you guys are actually following. I can see your yes. Okay, so I want us to actually this to draw up an analysis together. We are going to be analyzing this chart together. Drawing up our forecast for tomorrow. We're going to be drawing up our forecast for and we're going to be taking that trade together. If you are yet to like this live section, it doesn't take you anything to just tap that like button. Just tap that like button and like this section. So it will actually recommend it to people, and that way, that's the only benefit. We're actually impacting people. You understand, guys? So let's drop our analysis for XAUSD now. What are we expecting for XAUSD? All things are passed away, so we are definitely clearing this chart. I don't say every after drawing up every chart, you just clear them off. But let's clear off everything. I want us to have a clear chart and actually analyze this chart together. I want us to analyze this chart together, guys. I want us to analyze this chart together. Let me clear this off now. Now I've cleared this off. Let's analyze this chart together. Now, as a day trader, what did I tell you? Start from your higher time frame, and we're right here on the 4 hours time frame. We've been able to identify that what the market is what strongly bullish. We've been able to identify that the market is strongly what bullish. And what do we try to do on the 4 hours time frame? Try to mark out our zones, just like I told you. Try to mark out our recent zones. Our recent zones. We have a recent zone right here. We have a recent zone right here. This was a previous resistance level that is becoming a new support for our continuous buy trend, right? Let's now we are back to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, let's drop our analysis. Let's drop our significant zones as well on the 1 hour time frame. Let's drop our significant zones as well on the 1 hour time frame. Let's drop our significant zones on the 1 hour time frame. Let's drop our zones on the 1 hour time frame. We have another recent zone right here. We have another recent zone right here. I want us to forecast our move for tomorrow. We have another recent zone right here. It's possible we'll see markets coming as far as touching this zone as well. So now, what are we expecting? What are we expecting? What's our expectation, guys? What's our expectation? Basically, for tomorrow, I'm expecting a rejection back into this zone. I'm expecting a rejection back into this level right here. Back into this resistance level right here, making it a support. I'm expecting a rejection back into this level right here, making it a support, and what continuation of the buy trend. This is basically this is how simple my analysis is. This is basically my analysis for tomorrow. I'm expecting a rejection back into this zone, and this zone is not just anyhow zone, just like you can see right here. This zone is very, very what significant, very, very significant. This is a significant resistance level, and I'm basically expecting what I'm expecting market retesting that level and continuing what is buy trend. Why? Why am I expecting market to continue its buy trend? Why am I not expecting that market might start selling anytime soon? I'm only going to be selling if I see market breaking any of our, if I see market breaking our lows, our higher lows. If I start seeing markets breaking our higher lows, then I will start looking for what opportunities to sell. I will start looking for what opportunities to sell. But for the meantime, my whole mindset is focused on what? On buying. That's the whole thing. That's where understanding the trend of the market is. That's where understanding top-down analysis comes in. You focus on what? The big move. You don't just focus on the noise that is going on in the market. And what will my targets be? I will be targeting this next significant high. I'll be targeting this next significant high tomorrow. I'll be targeting this next significant high tomorrow. I'll be buying up to this level tomorrow. Now let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. So basically tomorrow, I'm expecting an entry at this level. Basically for tomorrow, I'm expecting market rejecting this sell. This sell. I'm expecting this sell coming as far as this, giving a rejection. And how do you know when to actually enter? Now that's when you go down to the 15 minutes time frame. When you see that market is getting close to your entry zone, getting close to your zones that you've marked out, you go down to your 15 minutes time frame. And part of my entry confluence for taking any trade, let me just be so clean to you guys. I use two main formats. I use my pin bar and I use my W pattern for buys. I use my M pattern for sales. Basically, I look for those patterns. And when I see those patterns, which are the pattern you call the double bottom or double top or whatever, when I see those patterns align, when I see those patterns align, what do? I shoot immediately. If I see something like this, I'm definitely going to enter. This is basically what I'm expecting in the market tomorrow. Now, I'll be expecting my entry from here. And where will my stop loss be? My stop loss will be a bit below. My stop loss will be below that zone right there. Below that zone. Because anything that makes market is not supposed to break below that zone. Market is not supposed to break below that zone. For it to continue the buy trade, it's not supposed to break below that zone. So I'm expecting what? Continuation. So this is what I'm basically expecting tomorrow. And instead of this, if I don't see this as well, if I see just this, a rejection, a rejection in the market, and what? Continuation. But definitely, gold is going to buy up to this level tomorrow. Gold is going to buy up to this level tomorrow. So this is basically what I'm expecting for gold tomorrow. This is not just anyhow. And when you see markets coming close to your entry, what do you do? Like I said, go down to your 15 minutes time frame immediately. ASAP, go down to your 15 minutes time frame and start checking what the market is doing around this area. Start checking what the market is doing around this area. Study the move of the market at this area, at this point. Study the move at the market of the market. And the move that the market gives you at this point will be the basis of what? Your decision making. It will be the basis of your decision making. And what? When you see good pattern, when you see market giving good pattern in the market, when you see the market giving you good pattern, you do what? You enter. When you see rejections, when you see the market selling up to this level and start seeing rejections to the top side, you do what? You enter your buy. So I'm basically expecting this buy movement tomorrow. This is basically my expectation on our time frame to make this chart look simple. Now, this is the whole thing. This is the whole analysis. I'm expecting this buy move tomorrow. I'm expecting market. Now you'll be like, why am I not now that when the market is going to sell up to that level? Why am I not getting on the sell? I'm not focused on the minor move. I'm focusing on the big move. I'm focusing on when the impulsive move is. All of these things that is happening right now is just corrections. They are basically what? Corrections. And I'm not looking forward to getting on that. I'm basically focused on what? I'm focused on the big move in the market. I'm focused on the big move in the market. Let me delete all of this now. I'm focused on the big move in the market. I'm focused on the big move in the market. So take a screenshot of this analysis. Let's monitor this trade together. And we're basically going to be getting entry together tomorrow. I'm going to be getting entry on this trade together tomorrow. Uh, we're going to be getting entry on this trade together tomorrow. I'm trying to move this. Okay. We're going to be taking this trade together tomorrow, guys. We're going to be taking this trade together tomorrow. So I actually want you to pay full attention. Let's stick together and make sure you don't miss this opportunity. So this is my basic idea for gold tomorrow. This is what I'm expecting for gold tomorrow. This is what I'm expecting for gold. This is what I'm expecting for gold. Now take a screenshot of this. I'll copy this signal now and I'm actually going to paste it. And we're going to monitor this trade together. We're going to monitor this trade. Now, when market gets to that level, you don't just buy immediately. When market gets to that level, you don't just buy. You wait for what? Entry confirmation. You wait for entry confirmation. When you start seeing rejections at that level, because definitely for market to buy, it has to sell up to that level. When you start seeing rejections at what? Market doesn't want to sell again, and you're already seeing some candlestick confirmations, then you do what? You buy. That is just as simple as that. Very, very simple as that. As simple as that. So that will be all for tonight, guys. That will be all for tonight. I hope I've been able to instill value in you. Drop your comments about how you feel about this live section, whether it was impactful, whether you gained something meaningful. Drop your comments. Let me see your response. And if you are yet to subscribe, make sure to subscribe and share this channel to your friend, your family, loved ones, everybody. Give me those love emojis. Drop your comment about how you feel about this live section. Did you gain something meaningful? How was the class? And that's all. Yeah. So that will be all for tonight, guys. Very informative. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nanayo. So I'm seeing some comments right here. I see very informative. Thank you very much. Let me see your comments. How do you feel about this live class? It has really been helpful. You're welcome. You're welcome, man. I'm really just trying my best to help out. I'm really trying my best to help out. You're welcome, man. So that'll be all. That'll be all for tonight. That'll be all for tonight, guys. That'll be all for tonight. That'll be all for tonight. Uh, I'll end this live section very very soon. So if you anything, in case you need some other information, you can come back to always rewatch this because I'll be posting this live. I'll be posting this live. I'll be posting this live. So thank you very much for your time. Take care and see you another day. Bye. Bye. Non-star effects for life.